So I'm almost getting emotional over here because I love to hear you speak this stuff. I don't know if I'm weird or what. I love this stuff, and it's hard to explain it, Doc. It's so deep to me. Let me ask you this: is there a, and not to sound new agey, but is there a type of frequency the greats think like, so let's say you enter, 10, 15, you interview 10 to 15 people from different industries. Do they have a type of similar thinking pattern? Are they
Oh,
similar in some ways?
oh
Okay, talk a
yeah.
little bit about that.
Oh yes. And I remember the interview that I had with Henry Parks at Park Sausage. And by the time I interviewed him, I was probably year 3, 4, year 4 or 5. So I had some scar tissue. I had a bunch of scar tissue in terms of my
Mhm.
finances and the like, because after a year and a half of this, I went full time and I was living off the earnings of my wife and 3 daughters and the like, mortgage bills. And so I'm up there. And during the interview, I sort of shared, he wanted to know, well, tell me something about you, man. And I, shared my story. And then, of course, telling him the rough side of the mountain that I was climbing and blah, blah, blah. And he said it all. He said, wait a minute, pump the brakes, man. Young man, here's the answer that you need. He said, in one hand, I have a dream. In the other hand, I've got an obstacle. Which one grabs your attention? So they never talk about the size of the problems. They talk about the size of the God. And it's called the divine design. And what is a divine design, my brother? And I hope this goes out to the hinterland. There is design and there's a purpose for every individual walking on this planet. For every individual, that's why you were created, to pursue and find your divine design. Why are you created? No one asks the question, what were you born to do? No, the question that wealth creators ask to do, okay, what is the problem you're here to solve? In other words, why were you born? And over the course of your life, it's here, and that's why you were brought here. All you got to do is recognize it. All you got to do you see? Remember, 3 times he asked the blind man, do you see? 3 times he asked Peter in Gethsemane in the garden, do you love me? Do you see? And that's the problem. The problem is that, okay, the obstacles and this and that and blah, blah, blah. The problem, do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Because, we approach life not how life is, but how we think it is.
Yep.
If you got a mindset of hatred and despondency and despair, well, what type of life do you think you're going to live? But
Mm-hmm.
if you have a mindset of joyous and abundance, and no matter where I turn, prosperity is there. No matter where I turn, opportunity is there. Like years ago, I told my students, see that guy standing on that street corner with that cardboard sign saying, I work for food? He
Mm-hmm.
said he got the same opportunity. Bill Gates got the same opportunity. Steve Jobs got the same opportunity. Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. And my students, wave up, come on, Dr. Kimbro, get real. I am real.
Mm-hmm.
Because anybody can wow the customer. Anybody can give more than what is expected, more than what is required. If you do everything that you're supposed to do, just like everybody else, well, what do you get? You get a paycheck. But if you go above and beyond what you're called to do, if you are passionate about what you're doing, what do you get? Well, you get more opportunity.
Wow.
You get
Wow.
more opportunity. And you ask me about the mindset, they would rather have the opportunity than the money. Because
Mm.
any amount of money can be spent. That's what Victor Cleakscale told me. If you read The Wealth Choice, you read his story. He's a San Francisco real estate developer, $600 million. And here I am
Yeah.
when I interviewed him. He said, man, any amount of what I wish I had, $500 million, man.
Yeah.
He said, man,
Wow.
any amount of money can be spent. All you talk about athletes, particularly black athletes,
Mm-hmm.
some 60% of them, if they haven't declared bankruptcy, they at least consider it. Come
Mm-hmm.
on, bro, what are you doing?
Yep.
That means they weren't ready for it. That's
Wow.
what Jim Rohn was talking about. It's more important the becoming than the actual receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I gave you $1 million in the lottery and you don't have $1 million mindset, here today, gone tomorrow,
Yep.